We have all been there. You commit to a diet, you start training hard, and for the first few weeks, things seem to be going great. You look in the mirror and you see your face getting thinner. Your jawline is finally popping. You see your arms getting more vascular and your legs are leaning out. You feel lighter. But then you look down at your midsection. The belly is still there. It feels like no matter how much weight you lose everywhere else, the stomach just refuses to budge. It is the most frustrating part of fitness, and it is the #1 reason people quit their diets early. You might be asking yourself, why am I losing fat in my face, my arms, and my thighs, but my belly looks exactly the same? If you are stuck in this cycle, don't worry. You aren't broken. Today, we are going to break down the science of why this happens, the biology of fat storage, and give you the exact mathematical formula to finally drop that last bit of stubborn belly fat. First, to solve the problem, you have to understand the mechanism behind it. You need to understand the first on last off theory of fat storage. Think of your body like a storage unit. Evolutionarily, your body prioritizes protecting your vital organs, which are all located in your midsection. So when you start gaining weight, for the vast majority of people, the fat is stored in the belly first. This is your body's primary storage facility. As you continue to gain weight and that storage unit fills up, your body starts distributing fat outwards to the extremities, your arms, your face, your thighs, and your neck. Now here's the kicker. When you start losing weight, the process happens in the exact opposite direction. Your body burns off the most recently stored fat first. That means the fat comes off your face, your arms, and your legs before it even touches your midsection. This creates a cruel visual illusion where you look in the mirror and feel like you are getting smaller, but your belly looks bigger in proportion because everything else has shrunk around it. You are effectively unpacking the storage unit from the front door backward. The belly fat was the first to arrive, so it will be the very last to leave. Now, I do have to mention genetics here. Genetics act on your fat distribution significantly. Some people store fat in their hips first, others in their chest. But for the vast majority of the population, especially men, but many women too, the belly is the primary hub. While you can't fight your genetics on where you store fat, the mechanism of losing it remains the same for everyone. So naturally, when people get frustrated that their belly isn't shrinking, what do? They hit the floor and do hundreds of crunches, leg raises, and Russian twists. I need you to hear this loud and clear. Ab exercises do not burn belly fat. This concept is called spot reduction, and biologically, it does not exist. Working a specific muscle does not signal your body to burn the fat. Sitting directly on top of it, doing crunches burns a trivial amount of calories and will not reduce the waistline on its own. However, ab exercises are still useful, and here is why. They build the rectus abdominis muscle. Think of it like this. If you have a larger, blockier muscle underneath the fat, it can push through and show definition even at a higher body fat percentage. You might not have a shredded full six-pack, but developing those muscles can give you those vertical lines and a stronger, more athletic look even before all the fat is gone. But to actually reveal the full six-pack, you don't need more crunches. You need to remove the blanket of fat covering them. So, how do we remove that blanket? It comes down to basic math and thermodynamics. We need to talk about calories. 1 pound of stored body fat contains roughly 3,500 calories of energy. This is a fixed number. To lose 1 pound of fat, you must create a deficit of 3,500 calories over time. To do this, you first need to know your maintenance calories. This is the number of calories your body burns every single day just to keep you alive, breathing, and moving at your current weight. You can find this number very easily. You can go to any online calorie calculator or use a calorie tracking app. You simply enter your height, weight, age, and activity level, and it gives you a number. Let's say your maintenance is 2,500 calories. If you eat 2,500 calories, you will never lose fat. If you eat 3,000, you gain fat. To lose fat, you must be under that number. And here is the secret that the diet industry hates. There is no perfect diet type. Whether it is paleo, keto, carnivore, or vegan, none of them burn fat magically. Physiologically, they are just different methods to control hunger. You can lose weight eating only junk food if you are in a deficit. Though, I obviously don't recommend it for your health. But strictly speaking, the caloric deficit is the only thing that works. You establish the deficit by subtracting a specific amount from your maintenance number. Now let's talk about how to help that deficit with movement, because this is where most people get it wrong. Most people think they need to do insane cardio or HIIT training to burn belly fat. While high-intensity interval training is great for your athletic conditioning, it might not be the most efficient tool for pure fat loss. Here's the physiology. When your heart rate gets very high, Like in a sprint or a heavy CrossFit session, your body needs energy fast. Fat is a slow-burning fuel source. It takes time to break down. So, when you are training with high intensity, your body switches to burning glycogen, which is stored carbohydrates, because it is faster to access. Fat oxidation, the actual burning of fat for fuel, occurs most efficiently at a lower heart rate. This is often called Zone 2 training, or LISS, which stands for low-intensity steady-state cardio. Think of walking on an incline, a slow jog, or cycling while still being able to hold a conversation. Does this mean HIIT is bad? No, it burns a lot of calories in a short time, but it is also very taxing on the central nervous system. It spikes your appetite, making you hungrier, and it is hard to recover from. Walking, or LISS, creates a calorie burn primarily from fat stores. It doesn't spike your hunger as much, and you can do it every single day without burnout. So, let's put this all together into a structure. You can start today to lose 1 pound of pure fat per week. Remember the math. We need a 3,500 calorie deficit for the week. That breaks down to a 500 calorie deficit per day. Here is the protocol. We aren't going to starve you. We are going to split the work between diet and activity, so it feels easy. First, find your maintenance calories on a calculator. Let's assume for this example it is 2,500. Second, the diet adjustment. I want you to eat 250 calories less than your maintenance. That's it. That is just one less snack, or slightly smaller portion sizes at dinner. It is manageable, and you will barely notice it. Third, the activity adjustment. We need to burn an extra 250 calories through movement to hit our total of 500. We do this with steps. I want you to aim for 10,000 steps a day. If you are currently sedentary, doing about 4,000 or 5,000 steps, adding those extra steps, which is about 45 minutes of walking, will burn roughly 250 to 300 calories. So you cut 250 calories from your food, and you burn 250 calories from walking. That equals a 500 calorie daily deficit. Do that for 7 days, and you have a 3,500 calorie deficit for the week. That is 1 pound of pure fat gone every single week. If you stick to this and throw in some heavy ab training 2 to 3 times a week to shape the muscle underneath, you are setting yourself up for success. Patience is the hardest part of this equation. When your face gets thin but your belly remains, trust the process. The body is working. It's just working in the order it was designed to. Stick to the math, keep walking, and the belly fat will have no choice but to leave.